Hello. So, my name is Rachel Mindy, and I am back with another video. I wanted to talk about something that I'm really passionate about today. And I think it goes back to, actually, I don't think, I know it goes back to the theme and the reason why I'm so passionate about self-love. And that is to have your own personal boundaries around yourself and what it is that is for your greatest and highest good. And what I mean by that is I had a conversation with someone that I'm close to, and this conversation may be triggering for some, and it may be a conversation that a lot of people don't agree with, but it's a reality, so I'm going to talk about it. So we were having a conversation about, people that are in our families that might not necessarily be the best, healthy and whole person for us to, one, be around on a constant basis, two, listen to, and three, you got to do your own self-check-in to make sure that really is this what is for your greatest and highest good. And so I'm just going to give you an example. I have plenty of people that I've talked to, clients, friends, and family, that believe in every single thing that their mom or dad or grandma or uncle, aunt, whatever have taught them. And respectfully, that is kind of sort of what we're supposed to do. But there are some instances where your immediate family is toxic, is negative, is abusive, is, those are good enough. Toxic, negative, abusive, abrasive, and are constantly making you feel like you shouldn't even exist, like everything that you do is wrong, like questioning everything that you do, and things of that nature. And if you are not that person, that can be very confusing. It could come off as if there's nothing that you can do right, and that even when you have this gut feeling about what it is that you personally want to do, that when you go to these particular people, it's always shut down. It's not a good idea. Why are you even thinking about that? I mean, how would you do that? Yeah. And so if you've kind of grown up in that type of environment and have lived your life that way because that's what you were taught, what you can find is that you are never really sure of yourself. I'm not really good at making decisions. Constantly looking for love, because in that equation, it doesn't sound like love at all, does it? And what you do is you cultivate a lifestyle and a life that really doesn't speak to who you are, because you've learned these particular things from other people. And so it lends to you living your life and doing things and making decisions because of what someone else said, not necessarily about what you feel in your heart of hearts, and not what your gut tells you to do. So you're conflicted. And so I really just wanted to state this simple phrase that it really is about you and what it is that you want and what it is that you feel. And we all have this thing called intuition that we literally, it's right here. Like, how do I feel about this? And let me just pause for a second and say, it's okay to ask yourself questions. It's okay to ponder on something and see how you really feel about it. It's okay to disagree with your mama, your grandmama, your daddy, your sister. It is okay. Because we are all individual beings at the end of the day. You are not your mother. You are not your brother, sister, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother. You are an individual person, and you have to live your life in the way that is most healthy for you. And sometimes that means boundaries. That means making decisions that are best for you and you only. It is not about what it is that you can do for other people. What about you? Is there anything right now that you would like to do that maybe someone in your family or a close friend or whatever has told you that you should not do? And I'm not talking about anything that's absolutely crazy and outlandish. I'm talking about just basic decisions that you would like to make, that you unfortunately have picked up the phone and called somebody in your family or even a friend. A friend could be the same way. And they have shut it down, and you shut it down because they shut it down. Really? Have you analyzed the situation to know whether or not this person is even qualified to give you an answer to the question that you asked or the situation that you posed? For example, a lot of people go to, let's just say you go to your mom, and your mom has never been married, and you are going to her, you're married, right? And you're going to her with all of your issues and your problems and stuff like that. Not to negate that your mom can't help you, but in certain situations, she really can. She really can. She doesn't have a perspective on marriage. And if she's bitter and hates men and things of that nature, you really shouldn't be talking to her. And that's really who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about disrespecting your mom, shutting your mom out, all this other stuff. But let's just be real. Everyone's mom is not. Okay? And so that's just an example. But I'm just saying, like, there are actually people out here that are hurting their relationships, that are hurting themselves because they still hold high regard for someone who should not have the space in their life that we have afforded them. Because I'm not just talking about anyone. I'm talking about you, me, whoever's watching this, whoever this resonates with. And so I just really want to free people that feel like because such and such said this, or because, I really want to do this, but, such and such said this or whatever. What do you feel here? And have you asked the man above whether or not this is something that's right for you? Because man sometimes can disappoint you. Man sometimes can bring you down. Man sometimes, is jealous. Man sometimes can't even grasp the depth of your mindset and what it is that is on your life that is meant for you. I just want to pause for a second. Like, there literally is a reality where we all came here to do something. And it is not always going to be the people in your family or even your friends that are going to understand what your assignment is. And so I'm just simply saying that there are some of us that are hurting, that are constantly in pain because we're trying to please or listen to or make space for people that are not making space for us. And if you feel in your heart of hearts that what someone is telling you that may be on the spectrum of being negative, of being pessimistic, of being like a negative Nancy, maybe that's someone that you shouldn't be sharing your thoughts, your dreams, your goals, your desires with. Because there is a level of understanding for some people where they will never get to where it is that you are right now. You might just be here and you talking about going here, but they're all the way down here. And it's unfortunate, but it is something that needs to be spoken about, because there are some people in our lives that will never, ever, ever, ever be able to understand where we're coming from. But that doesn't mean that you can't excel and do the things that you personally want to do. It just takes a mindset shift. It takes a difference in your actions. It takes having boundaries around what it is that you want and what it is that you are seeking in your own personal life. And so I have more to say about this, much more, but I'm just going to leave it right here. I'm not even really sure what I'm going to call this video, but I did want to say that because this, again, is something that I'm passionate about, because this is how I have had to heal myself and come to the realization of who it is that I am. And the reason why I'm making this video is so that maybe something that I've said in this 11, almost 12 minutes resonates with you, and you start thinking differently about what it is that you want to do. Because there are plenty of successful people out here who everyone said that they were foolish and stupid for the things that they wanted to do, but yet and still we know their names because they kept it moving. They kept going. They didn't listen to the naysayers. And what I'm saying is sometimes those naysayers can be the people that you love the most. That doesn't mean that they're right. Just because there's someone that you love and there's somebody that has raised you or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that they're always right. I'm sorry. It doesn't. And if you would just listen to this and ask the man above, do both, one or the other, it doesn't matter. Because we all have intuition. We all have what really feels good to us. But sometimes when you are caught up in that web of negativity and negative Nancy and naysayers and things of that nature, you can be confused. You can be conflicted. What I'm telling you is that if you set boundaries, if you start saying no, if you stop opening up your mouth so much to people that have no business hearing about your dreams, your goals, and the things that you want to achieve, and even start taking those to God instead and praying on them and asking for guidance and asking for direction, your life will change. Your life will change. The confusion will drop. Even the idea of accepting your own thoughts will change. So I just wanted to drop that little nugget today. And I'll be back. I'll see you again. I hope you have a great one. Thank you.